Alrighty, let's continue. The hillbilly attack. Don't tell me I can't say hillbilly now. Alright. We've had good success against this opening because white just burned some time. Like, they just lost the move. They could have done that immediately. Let's develop. E6. Keep the pressure. Keep that pin. We want to see this because the king gets weaker. And we can deal with this pin by going rook c8. If they take, we take with the h-pawn, and all of a sudden our rook is now part of the game. And our rook is more than part of the game here. Because I can slide up and take it. And then my queen is going to follow, and we might be getting a quick checkmate this game, while our king is perfectly safe. Not queen g5, but queen h4 seems like a very natural move. I am threatening checkmate, rook h1, queen h3, and I'm also probably scaring the shit out of my opponent. That's kind of, I don't see a move here. Might as well throw that move in. I'm going to take with the rook since I don't see any drawback and my rook might be useful. This is actually a good move. This is actually a very good move. Check, king here, and the king escapes. That was very well done. Very well done, sir. If you don't see checkmate, don't stress. You have other pieces that can contribute, such as this bishop. And then this knight. Well, well, well. There's a problem with that move. Is now the queen is no longer defending. So let me chop this off. And this is why my bishop on g3, that was a good move to play. I didn't see checkmate. Might as well bring some pieces in. Now, can you spot any tactical potential here for black? White's threatening to trade off the queens. They're blocking the check. How can black prevent the queens from being traded and improve their attack? If we take on g3, our queen hangs with the bishop. If we take on g3 with the bishop, we have something better. Rook takes g3. Check. And that way we can take with our queen next and line our queen up on the same diagonal. Double check everything. Check. King can't capture, has to run to the corner, and we extend. Double check, it's checkmate. Our bishop's defending the queen, yes. Queen h2, checks the king, bishop's defending. There's no pieces that can capture. All signs point to checkmate. So we're gonna do it. We're facing the hillbilly attack all the time. I mean, I love pushing my pawns and attacking pieces for free. It shouldn't be something you're afraid of. Okay. This prevents bishop g4. But what it doesn't do is it doesn't prevent black from just grabbing the center. And the center is worth something. I'll show you why. I'm going to play a habits move here. I'm gonna go h6. I want to stop bishop g5 because two of white's pieces are attacking d5. So if they manage to pin my bishop, I have to then deal with d5. So we're gonna throw this move in, just to be safe. And now we know why they played h3, because they wanted to bring their queen out and stop bishop g4. But that's not the only piece that can attack the queen. What's the other piece that can attack white's queen on f3? What's a nice move we can play right here? Try to exploit the queen's early moves. Maybe it's not the best move. Thank you for the raid, Naname. Thank you, thank you. Just doing a Caro-Kann speedrun right now. Appreciate it. I want to go here. I'm tempted to. That's the move I was thinking about. But maybe it's early? What do you think? It's hard not to play it. It's defended. It hits the queen. Could it backfire? Yes. Am I willing to take the risk? Yes. That's a good move. Because if I take on b3, they might be able to play queen takes e5 check. And then take back my knight. And they'll be up a pawn. But I have a trick here. I'm going bishop d6, seemingly hanging the pawn on d5. Oops. Oh, they didn't fall for it. There would have been a fork on c2 in the end. Well done, sir. And now I got rid of their good bishop. Castle, and look at black's position. We're castled. We have pawns in the center. We have two bishops. We have no weaknesses. And they're not castled. So what do you do when the queen and the king are lined up? Rook e8. Give him hell. I can take with the rook and attack the queen, which is a good move. But I'm going to take with a bishop because I'm threatening d4, forking the queen and knight, which also looks like a good move. So two good moves, but I like the discovery aspect. Because now, for example, I can go here. Attacking this knight and putting some pressure on. You guys thought I missed d4? I have 30 seconds and you thought I missed d4? If I go d4 and they do knight takes d4 because my pawn is pinned, which... What do you have in mind there? Yeah. Nope. Let's develop our pieces. I got 12 seconds because of you guys. Suggesting bad moves. Check. Let's attack the queen. Now I have to try hard here. Check. 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 Double check. Is that checkmate? Yes. Look what you guys made me do. You made me bully a 700 because I was in time trouble. Straying away from the educational part. Because... D4. That wasn't so hard to see. Nam chicken. Good luck. Develop our bishop. Are you guys getting the hang of it yet? How to play the Caro? They're gonna harass us. We're gonna keep the pin. People hate being pinned. Holy shit. This is actually a really good move, and it's like an opening trap, and I didn't expect people to play it at this level. Because the move order I'm playing has a drawback I didn't show you guys. And this is an opening trap. I've messed up. But I just didn't expect my opponent to know it. So they're hanging their queen. You're like, wow, they're a noob. They hung their queen. But watch this. If I take back, my queen is hanging, and if I take back, the only piece I can defend with is my queen. I just didn't expect it to happen at this level. You live and learn. So queen b6, they might even take here next. They also have knight check. Bad things are gonna happen. Bad things are gonna happen. I'm sure there's YouTube videos showing this trap. It's not over. It's not over. I'm just gonna play this variation where I'm down a pawn. Look, I blundered, I'm down a pawn, they caught me. That's not the end of the world. Imagine every time you blundered, you only lost a pawn. It could be worse. So, but that is an opening trap, and I didn't expect them to play it at this level. All right. The good thing is, we have a good pawn structure, safe king, and active pieces. So, I like my chances. And there we go. My opponent knew theory, but they didn't know how to defend a pawn. Now we're back. What was wrong with queen d6? Knight e5 check. Followed by knight takes f7. There we go. Check. Now we're up a piece. Now it's time to trade. I mean, I think it's more entertaining. I like to allow the opening traps because it's more educational. Because you might face, like, people rather see a bit of tension. Let's start grabbing some more pawns. I have another idea here. I'm going for checkmate, don't tell him. Going for a cheeky mate. Check. King has to go here. That was for content. I sacrificed myself for content. Checkmate. So, you might be watching and wondering, Eric, what happened there? What did you do wrong? Etc. Good question. Did I fall for an opening trap? It's hard to say. Does this work? Not necessarily, but the pattern is really common where this is an idea in some other lines. The way I took, I lose a pawn. If I went queen d6, after knight e5 check, I'm dead lost. Because I have no way to cover, I have to go king d8, and knight takes f7 check wins my queen. The only move I could consider is queen b6, which somebody brought up. But for the purpose of the speedrun, it's like, I don't want to play fully perfect all the time. But this is still scary. Even though black's queen doesn't get trapped, like let's say knight takes here. If we count up all the pieces in the end, black's actually winning. You know, queen takes, knight, bishop, knight check, king here, knight here, pawn takes. You count everything up, black's actually up a piece. But it's a little scary to deal with because, like, let's say knight e5 check. Same idea, king d8. Then they take here, check. And then here, I can't go here, I can't go here. If I go here, knight d5, you lose. I have to go king c8. If you play all these moves and you calculate well, yeah, black is actually doing good. But if you face that in a game, a lot of you guys wouldn't make it. You wouldn't make it if you had to face it for the first time. It wouldn't be your natural reaction. But yes, we do escape in the end, but that idea is not something to forget. Sometimes it could be a problem. No, some of you guys wouldn't survive here. You'd put your queen on the wrong square. There's only one move for black here. Only one move. It's not what I played. It's not queen d6, it's not queen c7, it's not queen c8, it's not queen a5, it's queen b6, and even then you have to play accurately. It's not that easy. So the usual line goes g4, bishop g6 here, and then rook c8, and this is theory. We'll go over that later. Back to the c6 grind, and now we're playing against b3. Let's develop the bishop. Happy to see that. Now we get to develop the other bishop. So you might be wondering, Eric, they played queen e2. There's a pawn hanging. That's what we call a poison pawn, ladies and gentlemen. Bishop c2, pawn to d3, and I fell for a mousetrap. Queen hits the bishop and I have no escape squares. So, I'm not falling for that. Just gonna castle and go about my day. I'm gonna play h6 just so my bishop has a bit more leg room in the future. Oh, they're playing aggressive. I like that. I'm gonna have to fight that off. Oh wait, I blundered. It's okay. They have a discovered attack on my pieces, but we'll make it work. That wasn't the way, this was the move. Because now I can just move my rook out and your knight looks clumsy. But if you did knight d5, that would have been a problem. Chop. I'll just move back and maybe queen e7, target this. Wait a second. We like eating horses. I was threatening right here to play e5, chopping the knight. So another good move by my opponent. But I like this pawn as well. Take that. Well, I'm not going to say no to trades if I'm up this much material, sir. Let's bring the queen in. What are you going to do about this? It's about seeing the whole board when you're attacking. So I'm intending to bring more pieces in. Unless I have a checkmate with my queen and bishop. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. Oh, maybe I do now. I was expecting them to take. Check. We're back. We can start windmilling almost. Are we gonna do a windmill again? Check. Depends if they go put their king here or not. Check. And now. Check. They got out of the windmill, but I already took everything I wanted. So. Do I see anything better than checkmate? I don't think I do. I don't see more of a windmill, or I would, but I just don't. We're here to learn, guys. Prim, thanks for the tier 3, buddy. Ooh, a Bulgarian. Let's play the Caro. So I've played bishop f5. There's two ways to treat the advanced variation. There's bishop f5, Or there's an immediate c5 trying to destabilize white's advanced center. Okay, I'll block. I love getting the bishop pair. Cheers. So you have two ways to approach this. We can go e6 and try to win the pawn back with the bishop. Or if you're like not sure if you're going to win the pawn back and you want to be extra sure you're getting it back, you want to collect the money owed to you right away, queen a5 check. And that way it's a check and we are hitting the pawn. Where do we want to place this bishop? We have two options. Bishop g4, reliable, aggressive, annoying. But we also have another move. Bishop a6, preventing them from castling. People don't like when they can't castle. It's hard to say. I'd say both are playable. But we're going to be more annoying. There's actually a good move for white here. I'm just not sure they're going to find it. Or an annoying move. Maybe good is relative. But this is more annoying. Now e6 and bring the other pieces in. They're doing a good job of blocking it. And I'm going to be... They want a castle. They want a castle. They're blocking it. That's a good move. Let's continue being annoying. Any suggestions? Or we can just agree they did a good job and let them castle. Let's try queen b5 just to see what they play. I like that idea. In case they castle, we chop it off. We're just going to be annoying. There's a risk. They can attack our queen. Well, that's a good move. Okay, well done. I can take there. They can take here. I'm just going to say well done. Let him castle. They passed the test. We still have a good bishop here, so it's not like we risked everything. Now we have to get castled and make sure we don't fall behind too much. A lot of good options, what can I say? They defended well. Compliment 800s and they'll blunder. Dude! That's just a hanging bishop. Don't see nothing defending it. An explosive move by white. I'm up a piece. I don't need more than that. I could go pawn hunting, but I'm happy with my haul. I'm content. We burned their energy, preventing them from castling. Are you going to give me a check? I'll block with my queen. No? Okay. Now let's just get castled. Bishop b7 castle. What can go wrong if we castle? We... Sure. I could take that pawn, but I just said I'm gonna castle. I'm gonna stay true to my word. That's a good move, but I'm still gonna take it and then play a6 next move. A6, and then I think the pin is taken care of. If I didn't have a6, I'd have to be worried, but let's just go a6. And there's no way we lose that bishop. Sure. I want them to take. Thank you. Oh, I got 19 seconds. Let's ramp up the speed. This rook's not doing anything. Let's move it. Now we're threatening a discovery. They got it. Well done. And now this pawn is hanging. Habits time. My back rank looks a little vulnerable. I'll throw in h6. I'll move my bishop back because I want to trade because I'm up. Oh. If you want to trade, please. Rook behind the passed pawn. And now we push. We push. And we make a queen. And we give a check. 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 And give a checkmate. Good game. They had some speed at the end, eh? They tried to flag me. Me of all people. Oof. I was close. I thought they did a good job of trying to flag me. Back to c65. Develop the light square bishop. Play e6. We have the triangle formation. Very solid, very sturdy. Well, that just wasted some time. Develop this bishop. And castle. I would say it's a positive opening outcome. All of our pieces are developed. No stress. Now what? Maybe this knight wants to hop in. Sure. And how about we put the queen on this diagonal? In case their knight moves, we can snip this pawn off. That is not the move, sir. I can take with the bishop or take with the pawn, and taking the pawn, forking the two pieces is the much, much better option. I thought they should have played c4 maybe, but there was a problem with that move too. Okay. Well, we are up a piece, so let's practice some good habits. Trade, went ahead. Initiate some more trades. I don't mind trading. I'll take that. If I take this pawn, they take my bishop, I take their bishop, then they take their knight. They won 2 pieces for 1. That's not a good trade. We'll work on that. Now we can take the pawn. Because none of our pieces are being attacked. This is the game for 900, by the way. This is a big one. I gained 9 full rating points with a win. Well, well, well. This bishop's blocked by the pawn, and that's preventing me from maximizing my pieces. If I go e4, I also open up my bishop. And that looks like a good place to put the bishop. They can go bishop a3, but... Ah! Tricky move. Don't be seduced by the rook that's hanging. There's another thing in the position. And I can guarantee some of you didn't see it. F4 isn't played to win my bishop. It's actually got another more sinister motive. Our queens are touching. Don't en passant. No, no. Check. Now they're pissed off because they thought they were going to get me with that. I think. Oh, I'm losing time. I'm losing connection. That I just checked. All right. Alrighty, I get it. Let's bring the other rook in. I don't mind losing this if I win this. My time's been disappearing. It's because of our connection at chess.com. Blame chess.com. Oh, they resigned. Good game. Very respectful. There we go. Success with c6 and success with the bird. All right. That's Pakistan. Let's try our Caro-Kann. d4 should be played, but nobody's playing it at this level. They're always exchanging. Then we get a very comfortable position. Now I get to develop the knight, the bishop. I like putting it on g4 just to pin. And then following up with e6. Should we trade? I usually like to keep the pin. I'm gonna switch things up. I'm gonna give up the bishop for the knight. White has the bishop pair, but black is very solid. And when I develop my bishop before the knight, it gives me the option of knight f6, but also knight e7. I wouldn't want to play knight e7 always with my bishop on f8, but here it's not so bad. Let's go knight f6. That was definitely something I thought about. Hello, champ. Now, I'm going to castle also. And now this pawn's hanging because my knight's no longer pinned. And Buddy forgot that. So let's grab it. I'm hitting the queen, hitting the bishop. Our bishops are still touching as well. I'm drinking coffee from our mug. Can help you play better. Okay, this is one of those positions where you got to put your calculation hat on because there's a lot of things hanging. This is hanging, this is loose. The bishops are touching. There's a very strong move that black can play here. Does anybody see it? Strong move that's available. But it means you have to look at the whole position and not just look at the clear exchanges. Good job over there. Somebody sees it. Queen and bishop are placed specifically. I can play knight h5, forking the queen and bishop. And then, well, and then I might win more than just a pawn. Then I'm probably gonna win a bishop. Knight h3, knight h5 was a good spot. You see it? It's like when you see a good move, I was already in a good position as up a pawn. Look for better. And here we're gonna look for better and grab it. Thank you very much. You don't like that move, says Dr. Lord Mayonnaise. You know, some people are harder to satisfy than others. I'm sure your girlfriend might say that from time to time. All right, well, I'm just up a piece, so I was hoping to trap the queen. The queen can go back to d1. So I'm gonna keep it simple. I'm just gonna trade the pieces I have on the board and go into an endgame. Now let's just move back and just be up a pawn and a piece. Well, fortunately, this move runs into something I had planned. Knight e5, hitting the queen and the pawn. I'm going to accumulate some more material, especially after queen d4. Queen d4 again, there's a pawn hanging, but there's better. There's knight f3. Check. Hitting the rook, hitting the queen. Makes life a bit easier for converting. I'm playing Mentally Challenged from Canada. I might be in that group. Alright, let's play the Caro-Kann. Develop the bishop. We got our trusted triangle set up. And now my next move is I probably want to play c5. And try to dissolve white's pawn center. Undermine it. Okay. The advanced variation can be a bit tricky because it's not intuitive where to develop these two pieces. The queen side pieces are fine. King side's a little tricky. I'm going to start with knight e7. Maybe develop this knight, but I have to be careful about where I put it. If I go knight f5, g4 hits me. If I go knight g6, g4 hits me. Alright, let me try something first. I'm going to take, just in case they take with a knight, which I'd love to see. They take with a pawn, they maintain their pawn structure. If they take with a knight, the e5 pawn gets a lot weaker. So I want to see they take with a knight. No, they played the right move. Okay, I still have this issue of what to do with this bishop. Kind of annoying. Alrighty. I'm going to get rid of this bishop because I want to play knight f5. And I couldn't play knight f5 with the bishop on h5. Whoa! Okay, can we take this pawn? Don't think so. It's defended twice. I don't really want to go backwards, so I'm gonna go knight h4. That's a forward square that's defended as far as I can tell. Yeah, okay. They're playing well, I gotta say. Maybe we can go h5 right now, just to try to open up squares over here. Because oftentimes if black hasn't castled yet, I can play h5 and just decide to attack on the king side. Let's see what happens. Oh, okay. Those are some free pawns for me. Check. I'm up 2 pawns. I don't mind trading. This pawn is also loose. Make sure you see that. So we just went from even material to 3 pawns up. The Caro-Kann's a great opening for sniping pawns. It's a pawn grabber opening, which is why Yasser plays it. And for the most part, black's pretty safe here. Okay. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to play rook c8, but I guess I touched my king first. That was a mouse slip. Uh-oh. Yeah, that was a mouse slip. Now this is hanging. That's a problem. Let's go rook d7 and defend it. I did not mean to play that move, but it's okay. We're still up 2 pawns. Let's move the knight back so it's not loose in the center and put some pressure on this pawn over here. Rook f7. I respect the energy. So if I take, they're going to take here. I can move my king, but I can also defend with the rook And that way I think I'm up in material. Bring the king now towards the middle of the board, like that. And we just have 23 seconds to demonstrate technique up a piece. So let's first harass this bishop. Then I'm going to grab this next, I think. Check. Check. Let's bring the rook in. I'm gonna play a6. I'm a nice guy. I'm not gonna let any of my pawns die unnecessarily. I don't see a checkmate, but there might be one somewhere. In the meantime, I'm just gonna grab some pawns like this. Defend my knight with the bishop. And now that white's king is cut off, we're gonna make some progress here. We're gonna walk the king in. Yes. Oof. So now the king is stuck on the back rank. We can go for checkmate. You should pre-move. Checkmate. GG. They played well. Alrighty. C6 time. We've had very good success with the Caro-Kann. We're gonna go knight c6. Bishop e3. I can't go bishop g4. There's nothing to pin. So I'll go bishop f5. And then e6. So this bishop can come out. Oh, they're playing habits moves. a3 preventing that. Okay. I'll go bishop d6 then. And here, I'm gonna go knight e7. So that if you take, I take back with a knight. And I get my knight on a nice square. This kind of square. So it's an even trade. But white initiated the trade, which means my knight got to go to a pretty good square. Okay, I'm deciding between rook e8 and rook c8, and I'm leaning towards rook c8. Because, well, for obvious reasons. This is a semi-open file for black, whereas the e file, I'm not sure if it's going to be open yet. So we'll start with this. And now I want to drum up something over here. How about I go knight a5? Maybe I can put my knight on c4 and harass. Maybe white will go b3, but that weakens their knight. Then their knight will be kind of loose. I'm thinking about playing... Okay, that's a move. That is a move. And what happens if I move my bishop back first? I'm gonna go a6 next move. I have a plan. a6, knight c4. I'll go a6 anyways. Okay, so this knight's loose, but the queen's defending it. I'd love to play queen here and attack it. Looks like a good move right now. But it'd be even better if this knight were to move and then I go queen c7. Then I'd be threatening checkmate and the knight. I'm gonna play h6 first. I'm gonna burn a move. Okay. I was hoping this knight would move. Out of curiosity, if I go bishop back to d6, how are they gonna deal with this? If they go, they're gonna go here. Okay. I just wanted to check. Let's target this pawn. That's what I wanted to see. Because I want to see what you're going to do after bishop a3. Just curious. Poke some holes. Okay, now we have to put on our calculation helmet. Queen takes pawn. If the queen's trade, we're just up a pawn. But queen takes pawn. Queen takes knight. Queen takes knight. I'm up a pawn. Is my queen getting trapped? Hard to say. Am I chicken? Yes. But I'm curious as well. I'm curious. Curious guy. So let's see if my queen gets trapped. Prove it to me. Oh, he didn't see it. He didn't see it. I thought you could have made an attempt to trap my queen if I went hunting over there. Let's bring the final rook into the game. I got 30 seconds, so I should start trading things off now. And this way I'm threatening to take the bishop and then take on c1. Okay. Let's take here. Start grabbing everything. Yep. We're up 2 pawns. And we're hitting this bishop. And we're hitting this pawn. Alright. I'm gonna go rook b2. I just wanted to take away this rook b1 move from white's rook. And now I'm gonna start pushing the pawns. Because now the rook can't go anywhere there. Let's grab. Yep. We're up 3 pawns. Keep pushing. I gotta hurry up. I gotta hurry up here. Push. We're hoping this pawn moves, then we can go knight check. That would be ideal. That would be excellent. I'm also looking at this idea. Giving my rook up for the knight and then playing knight e2. Wow. That's a respectful resignation. I thought they played very well. GG Saruf. A London player. We can also develop our bishop. You can take, you can go bishop g6, e6. This time I'm gonna take. Mix it up. e6. Want to bring this bishop in. And yeah, something to consider is pushing the pawn to c5 so that our knight can go to c6. Because that's a pretty natural way to develop the knight. There we go. It's more active than trying to develop the knight to a6 or to d7. They're looking to attack. I see that. Okay, what if I trade and go h6? Because my knight's covering g4. Yeah, so for example here, I thought I could take. Now white has 2 sets of double pawns. Usually doubled pawns are not super good. And I have knight g4. Hitting e5. Putting pressure on e3, and most importantly, I was threatening knight f2, forking everything. Okay, now I can just grab the pawn. There we go. We're up a pawn, and I don't see any attack for white. Now I just want to bring my rooks in, trade everything off, win an endgame up a pawn. Maybe up 2 pawns if you let me. Yeah. Let's develop those pieces. Hitting this. Okay, okay. Then let me consider just rook d7. Let's make sure we don't hang any pawns. Okay, you're threatening this. I can take with the queen. because I lose my rook in the end. But what if I take with the pawn first? Now that's just a free pawn. The D file is the only open file for black, so I'm gonna try to make sure I have some pieces on the D file. I'll probably support the pawn with F5. Whoa, yeah, F5 it is. Don't have to worry about defending this anymore. And now maybe rook D3 next move. Could have gone rook D3 this move as well, but I just went for the safe option. Sure. Check. I would love to go pawn hunting, but this is loose, so I'm first going to defend it before proceeding to get handsy. Okay. What if I go c4 so I can trade queens with queen d3? Check. I'm going to go here. And now that the queen's not blocking the pawn, can I start pushing? And then push. And then push. So let's push. I see one check. I'm thinking about that, but then I can go king h7, right? King h7 over king f7. Because then I don't see any follow-up checks. King h7, no more checks. I'm threatening checkmate in one move. So white doesn't have time to set up any perpetual because this is just an immediate checkmate. Nice. Go me. Proverma. Let's give him the caro. All right, which line are we gonna play? We'll start with bishop f5. Life's generally better when you develop both your bishops. Wait a second. Queen f3 hits my bishop. But then c2's hanging. Is this a poison pawn? Is this theory? No, that's not. No. I don't believe it. I'm gonna take that pawn. Okay. So I just won a pawn right off the bat. That's good. Sweet. Now we have to just figure out how to get the rest of the pieces out. This is a Caro-Kann maneuver I've learned. You give a check, and then you put your queen on a6. And you just offer to trade queens, and it just pisses people off, because they don't want to trade queens. Take back with a knight. Now we get our endgame where we're just up a pawn without any risk. Okay. Let's go f6. Maybe... That's good. That's good. I can take with a knight or take with the pawn. I'm going to take with the pawn. That way I cover the squares. Bishop d6. Maybe king f7 next move. I don't need to castle because the queens are off. We got to develop this knight. And yeah, I'm going to go king f7. I don't feel the need to castle. I want to use my king as an active piece. Bishop here is interesting. I don't mind it, because I wanted to move my rook from the h-file anyways. Rook g8. Okay, what do I do with this knight? Maybe this knight needs to jump in the game, so let's go c5 and try to bring the knight in via the c5 square, like that. And now that we got rid of the d-pawn, we can start pushing our own pawns. Let's not hang anything. Knight d3 hits the rook, and I might even be one to be a pawn grabber. I might be a dirty pawn grabber. Nope. Not letting me. Okay, let's go a6, kick away this knight. My knight's not getting trapped. It can always retreat to e5. I also have f4 as a square. So I am considering the possibility my knight's in danger, but it looks safe to me, which is what matters. Well, if we're offering to trade knights, why don't I throw in a desperado? Or throw in this. Knight takes f2. And then take the knight back. That way I think I get extra material. Yes. And, because they took back with a king, my bishop and my rook have a special plan. Special move planned. Because that king on f2 is unfortunately placed. Oh, they defended. I wanted to go bishop g3. Darn it. Okay. That's no fun. I'm gonna offer to just trade pieces off then. Since my other plan was prevented. So they're not... I'm not hanging this knight. I have a trick planned. Let's see if they see it. Aha! Got him! Why wasn't this knight hanging? What do I have planned? I could go bishop g3 check as a discovered check and take the rook back, but I'm giving them an extra bishop. I had bishop a7 check planned. And that way, we pick up the full rook. That was good bait. Check. 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 Now the king has no squares. They gotta defend with the knight, or it's checkmate. And they might resign now. We got him. We're gonna get him. I'm gonna set up a mating net here. Check. I don't want to trade because I think I can checkmate the king here. This is checkmate if you give me the chance. Is that checkmate? Can the king move anywhere? F3, E4? Nope. Looks good to me. Looks good to me. So I hope you enjoyed this episode of the C6 speedrun. We're making a ton of content like this, and the best way to support the channel is just subscribing to our YouTube channel, turning on notifications by clicking the bell button, and watching the videos. Anyways, if you want to continue watching the C6 speedrun, just click over there.